Hi everybody, it's Mr. Bruner. We're going to be taking a look at getting started with Onshape today. We're going to go ahead and open up Onshape. You're going to open up your browser, log in to the account, and you're going to be greeted with this main page here. These are all of your recent documents, and then you have a couple of other tabs here. One of the great things about Onshape is it allows you to create public or private things, also searching anything that is public. So if you want to go there, go ahead and take a look. Feel free to search in the public area. Otherwise, in your Onshape area, Onshape folder, you can go ahead and find anything that you've done in the past. We're then going to go ahead and create a new document. We're going to name that whatever we want that to be. Once the new document has been created, you're going to be greeted with the main screen, the first starting point. In this first starting point, you have your 3 work planes. You can see they're highlighted here in yellow or orange, front, top, right. You also have your navigation cube over here. By clicking on any of these faces or any of these arrows, it allows you to orbit and look around it. Also, to orbit and look around, you can right click and hold and drag, allowing you to do a full orbit function. Now, in order to pan or slide back and forth, you hold the control key, right click and hold, and drag that around as well. Finally, to zoom, you scroll in and out. All of this can be used with a mouse or a trackpad. Just know your trackpad's features if you use that. So if you have a right click on the right hand side, or if you use a 2-finger click for a right click, anything, just make sure that you know what's going on. Otherwise, go ahead and grab a mouse. Then a couple of other areas that you have is you have your features tree over here. This will start to fill up with everything that we work on. The number of parts and what they're called, that'll fill up if you have multiple parts. You have your different tabs that will appear at the bottom. Right now you can see we have a default Part Studio 1 and a default Assembly 1. Then you have all of your actual modeling tools up here. So these allow you to create and manipulate the model that you have, and this will actually change. This is, for lack of a better term, called the ribbon, and these are the modeling tools, and then we'll have drawing tools as well. So let's get a quick look at what that's going to look like. In order to get started, we click on Sketch, and then we select the plane that we want our first sketch to be on. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the top. Now, in order to make this a little bit easier to work on, I like to click on 2 hotkeys. The first one is N. This brings your view normal, which is perpendicular to view. The second one is P. The P turns on and off the planes. Now you can continue to toggle P to see them or remove them. And if you get out of position, you can hit N and bring yourself back into position. If you're ever looking for more hotkeys, hold Shift and hit question mark, and it'll bring up all of your hotkeys. You can look for whatever you're looking for, and then Shift question mark and get it away. Now, if you noticed, once I entered my sketch, I have this little sketch window that pops up. It's showing me that I have a sketch and it's on the top plane, and then my ribbon has changed to all my drawing tools. This is going to allow me to make shapes, dimension, and constraint my object. So first and simplest, we're just going to create a rectangle, dragging it out to the side. You'll notice that I have the option to change my dimensions immediately by hovering over top of the number, typing in what I want the size to be, hovering over the other one, and typing in that size. But if we don't have that, or if we've clicked off of it, we can always come back, and using the dimension tool, you can also see the hotkeys popped up there, click on it, click on our line, and drag out. Now this is a click, release, and drag, click to place. So now I can type in whatever size I want this to be, 2, and hit enter, and it applies the size. Now you notice that I clicked directly on the line. If I wanted to change this dimension, I can also click on these both lines, on both of these lines, and that's going to allow me to pull that out, making this whatever I want, 3.5, hit enter, and now you've created a rectangle. Now in order to make this rectangle 3-dimensional, because you can see that this is completely flat, we're going to wrap this up by clicking on the extrude button. Automatically, Onshape is going to identify the shape that you want. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't work. It depends on how complicated your part is. And then it's going to change your dialog box here. You can see this is now extrude 1. For this, we're going to leave it at solid and a new part. We do want the face on the region of sketch 1. We're going to leave this at blind. and I'm just going to make this 1.5. If you hit enter once, it previews, hit enter again, and it applies it. And this is the simple way to get started on Onshape.